Stop scrolling. Riyadh just pressed play. Golden sunrise over a city of glass and sand. A blacked-out convoy breathing quietly at the curb. And at the heart of it all, the most watched athlete on Earth living a life tuned like a V12. Inside Cristiano Ronaldo's 1 billion life in Saudi Arabia. Luxury as a system. Power as a routine and a schedule that moves like choreography. Doors open with that soft vacuum thump only the best cabins make. A heel lands. The city's noise drops 2 notches. We're rolling. The day starts before Riyadh blinks. Hydration, mobility, activation. A private gym that looks like a boutique lab. Reformer in the corner. Sled tracks that dare you to push. Cold plunge whispering in the next room. A playlist built from heartbeat kicks and clean highs sets tempo. A trainer's hand signals. 2 reps left, 1 rep right. Breathe. Keep everything crisp. Breakfast is color-graded. Proteins that behave, carbs that clock in on time, fats measured like a plan. A short video call, brand check-ins, launch timelines, ad copy approvals that never read like ads because the face is the brand. By the time the sun clears the skyline, the calendar is already humming. Training block, recovery, content window, a drive across town that feels like a glide, and then the night stage that brought the world to this league. The convoy is a masterclass in movement. Lead scout reading traffic patterns like a mood ring. Principal cabin sealed behind acoustic glass, upholstered in hand-stitched calm. Follow car-checking mirrors until reflections get shy. City streets blur into controlled geometry. Riyadh's towers catch light like trophies. The car is a rolling strategy room. Seat memory set to locked in. Climate tuned to breathe. A small folio on the armrest with 3 clean lines. Train, family, sign. That's not a slogan. It's the engine. The training ground arrives with a hush, not a roar. A security gate treats routine like royalty. Boots snap onto grass that bites back just enough to feel honest. Short sprints to wake the nervous system. Ball work that looks simple until you try it at speed. Finishing patterns. Near post ghosting. Far post delay. Shoulder check. 1 touch. Next net. Keepers learn his tells. He edits the tells. Wide players run patterns like music, then break them because unpredictability is the only constant. In between reps. Hydration, breath work, small smiles that say this is the best part of the day. Cameras catch the last 10% on match days. The machine lives in the first 90. Back home, one of them, the architecture speaks in calm sentences. Stone that photographs like sunrise, lines that let light travel. A kitchen that's both fuel station and family table. Trophy walls that hum instead of shout. If victory could whisper, it would sound like this. The recovery suite is a study in science. Contrast therapy, soft tissue tools, sleep mapped like a strategy deck. A terrace throws shade like a hug. Desert air slides across cold glass. The city hums like it knows its part in the plan. Family is the loudest headline in the quietest room. School projects on the fridge. A mini goal in the yard that has seen more last-minute winners than a final. Laughter that outruns the Wi-Fi. Photos never say everything, and that's the point. Privacy is engineered, not begged. Cars? That's why you're here. King luxury cars, right? The garage is a mood board of missions. Daily stealth. A luxury SUV in an understated spec. Comfort turned up to 11. Security so discreet it feels like a secret handshake. City Glide, long wheelbase sedan with silence for miles, privacy glass that turns Riyadh into watercolor, meetings on wheels because time is the only currency that compounds without permission. Statement pieces, limited run hypercars, V12 Opera one day, EV rocket the next, paint so deep it looks wet under moonlight, aerodynamics that make architects blush. Heritage Lane, a classic in a color only collectors know by name. And yes, a desert-ready thoroughbred with torque for days, because dunes are a personality test and this garage never fails. Notice the rule? Nothing looks try-hard. Everything looks inevitable. Afternoons can split, sometimes hospitality checks, hotel lobbies that drink sound, lounges where everyone sits a little taller because the room knows it's being watched. Sometimes boardrooms where equity beats flat fees and ownership beats one-off hype. Sometimes simple content. 30 minutes, 2 clean takes, 1 long cut for archive, because the algorithm loves consistency but respects restraint. The business playbook here is not noise, it's durability. Hotels that convert selfies into bookings. Fitness brands that sell a philosophy, not a fad. Fashion capsules that drop like events and sell like habits. Investments in experiences where the audience becomes community. The metric isn't more, it's longer. Twilight slides in like a camera dolly, and the convoy finds its second wind. Stadium lights sharpen the night. Riyadh arrives early, dressed in volume. The walk from tunnel to pitch is short, but it lives forever in clips. Warm-up touches are metronomic. Inside, laces, flick, set, jaw unclenches. Shoulders drop. Grid becomes canvas. Kickoff, and you can feel the city vibrating through the studs. The new league built a stage. He brings the spotlight. The run is still a threat every defender rehearses for and still fails to predict. The timing is still the difference between clever and clinical. Near post? There's a gear for that. Far post, another. Free kick? Stance wide. Breath still. 3 steps. Contact like a signature. And then the ball doesn't so much curl as argue with physics until the net ends the debate. Celebration is a balm and a brand. Leap, roar, a stadium exhale you can feel on your screen. Saudi nights have a new sound now. It starts as a gasp and resolves into thunder. After the whistle, the night rearranges itself. The convoy becomes a lullaby. City lights sew neon onto glass. Dinner is fuel and family. A quiet debrief. What worked? What collapses under pressure? Which angle on that press triggers panic? There's a mentor call slotted for academy kids. Small corrections, bigger encouragements. A charity deck gets a green light. Hospital wings, youth pitches, auctions that turn shirts into surgeries and boots into scholarships. The loudest flex in a rich life isn't chrome. It's impact. Some stories never make socials. They make cities better. Weekend escapes are a different throttle. Dunes that move like slow oceans. A convoy that understands sand like it was born there. Tires whisper down. Pressure adjusted. Traction a conversation between physics and faith. The car crests, drops, slides like a dancer with 4 legs. In the distance, a camp that looks like a set. Canvas and teak. Lanterns with warm lungs. Silence heavy enough to rest in. Arabic coffee poured like tradition. Stars elbow each other for space. A night where the sky feels lower, the stakes feel lighter, and the next week looks ready to be a friend. Mornings by the coast are a rival religion. Soft top turned translator between sunlight and skin. Seagulls spit polishing the soundtrack. Far off super yacht turning the horizon into punctuation. You can call it luxury. He calls it calibration, money talk. That title number in your head is a headline, not a ledger. The smarter view is a system. Salary and bonuses for the football. Endorsements where global brands ride discipline. Ventures he owns so upside lasts. Media windows that print views while he sleeps. Hospitality and wellness bets that make selfies spend. Add real assets, subtract obligations, and you get a curve that keeps bending up because the routine never bends down. Don't get stuck on a single digit. Build the engine that spits out digits. The fashion lens says the same thing. Quiet power. Clean monochromes, tailored lines. Sneakers that respect posture. Red carpet fits that read modern classic instead of costume. Watches that speak in movements, not megaphones. Buy less, buy better, wear longer, archive right. That rule makes closets into museums and wardrobes into memory. Security is the spine you never film. Routes rotate like passwords. Doors open only after eyes finish their work. Schedules breathe 15 minutes left or right, so patterns don't set like concrete. Drivers who can smell a jam 5 lights away. An ops lead who can pull the whole circus into safe harbor with a phone and a decade of rehearsal. Privacy isn't a wish. It's engineered. The reward is a life that feels smooth at the edges and sharp in the middle, exactly where decisions live. Now compress a day you can digest. Dawn, mobility and a notebook, train, family, sign. 8. Velocity blocks, finishing grooves, small-sided patterns that teach angles to behave. 10. Brand stand-up, timelines, approvals, inventory math. No drama, only decisions. Noon, recovery and a family lunch that laughs louder than Wi-Fi. 2. Content window, 30 minutes, 2 takes, done. 4. Mentor hour. Kids who will remember a single correction forever. 6. Dinner. 8. Film. Opponent tendencies. Pressing traps. Where the first touch belongs under pressure. 10. Lights. Tomorrow starts now. It always has. If you're still with me, and I think you are, then you felt the secret behind the scenery. Luxury isn't marble, it's margin. Power isn't noise, it's timing. Riyadh gave him a new map. He's drawing straight lines across it. The cars carry the mission. The homes heal the hours. The team turns chaos into calendars. The brand behaves because the person does. And the football? Still the headline. Still the reason. Still the part where a stadium forgets to breathe for a second, and the world remembers why it tuned in. So here's the final montage. Watch it land. Early morning convoy slicing a quiet boulevard like a sentence with no wasted words. Training cones snapping into symmetry. A free kick panel collapse as the ball argues with science. City lights flowing under a long wheelbase calm. Dunes swallowing a set of tire tracks and returning them as art. A dinner table where the loudest sound is laughter. A jet wing cutting through molten sunset. A trophy glinting under warm glass. A stadium finding its voice as a legend finds the corner again. If any of that moved your pulse, drop your favorite moment in the comments. Convoy, dunes, free kick, or that post-match hush. Smash like so the algorithm knows you ride with us. And subscribe to King Luxury Cars, because the next ride is already idling. The next skyline is already mapped, and the next door you've never seen is about to open on soft hinges.